There we go. Coming into, let's see. Check everything. How you guys doing? Welcome. Hi, Star. Welcome as always. Thank you. And hi, Cookie. Welcome. Hello there. Welcome. Okay, let me just. It's been a while. Let's see. Is everything actually working? That's first thing to check. Is it actually working? My clicks on. Okay. Yeah, before I get too far into it, make sure everything's actually good to go. It looks like it. I already sent out the links, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, cool. Great. Looks like we're ready to go here. Let's see. Couple more seconds. Boop. Okie dokie. Welcome. Hi guys. It's me. Look, hello. I got a new flower. Check that out. I literally made it like 15 minutes ago. I drew it up like 10 minutes ago and then tried to draw it and then put it in here. The longest part of the whole process was actually trying to open Photoshop. It was like lagging. I had like too many programs open at the same time. That the longest part of that whole process. It could have been way faster. I probably could have like got it. I probably could have drawn it in Flash, brought it in, and then rigged it in Character Animator. But that's the slowest part. And it's like, is it gonna work? Well, basically just opening Photoshop and then trying to get it in there. Oh boy. Let's see though. Hello. Had Wi-Fi issues. Okay. Should be good now. Yeah, let me know if something doesn't work. I did change the let's see. I did change some of the settings. I think I changed my base canvas size, which I don't even know what that really means, to 1080. So maybe my video is actually better. I'm still like just make sure everything's good to go. But alrighty. I've been. Is that nobody keep, or is this nobody gets hurt? Oh jeez. I'm sorry. Okay, here you go. Whatever, just don't hurt me. Please. I can't even hold all these buttons. I have to hold like 4 buttons to do this pose. Oh no. Oh no. Let's see. Okie dokie. That's fun. Very good. Yeah, I looked up the, somehow I got recommended the I have a bad case of diarrhea, the Japanese translating weird video. Got into a weird kick of that. Then they had another one that was like, how to say English phrases of like when you're actually getting robbed. Of like, please take anything you want. And it's like this like super peppy, like these like girls like in aerobic. Like those aerobic TV or VHS kind of styles videos. Yeah. And you just got the weirdest phrases of trying to teach you English. But they all have Japanese accents, so it doesn't really come off too cleanly. Yeah. Anyway, hi Governor, hi Ben. Hello, welcome. What are we doing? Let's get going on this. So you're gonna see, I already got the, what I worked on basically was like this first shot, so this looks pretty good. As soon as we get into here, then it's kind of falls apart, so I've been focusing a lot of my energy between streams to work on this shot, so, but yeah, you can already see that I got the, last time we worked on the, last week, we worked on the 3D props, so I've implemented them, so they're in here. Let's see. So I think if I go pretty far into here, shush, shush, it should be in here somewhere. So I think the TV is, whoop. So the fun part is that this is literally a 3D model that I put in 3D space with a 3D camera. So I didn't have to animate the, this parallax or like this change of perspective. You can see like this wall here actually gets smaller. And then you can see the other wall come out. So the fun part is that this is literally in 3D space. So that's like the fun part of like, ooh, this is fun, you know, kind of like I didn't have to do much work to get that going, but I just, half this stuff is creation work is just half of it is just like creating stuff, creating the assets, and then half of it is animating. But luckily with the animation, and there wasn't too much to do here, as it was basically it's already made in 3D, so it's like that's the fun part. That's like cool. Not a weird load off my back to be able to do that. And because it's 3D, I don't have to make a separate object or make a new asset with 2D. I would have to make this as a separate picture, and then that back view would have to be a different object too. So, yeah, let's kind of just scroll through here for a bit. Let's see. What already ran off? Ah, jeez. Oh, here's the fire extinguisher. So I have to work on that. It's weird because it actually renders somehow with this weird gradient shading. You can see how it's being like, it has like a black shadow shading thing going on. But the TV is pretty good. Maybe it just has, I think there might be a virtual light, and I haven't figured that out or spent time trying to figure it out. But I render it out, let's see. It still kind of has that, see that bevel a little bit here? See how this gray is not, it's darker than this gray here. So something's going on where it's not being Toon shaded, or at least in a sense that I'm not thinking that's correct. So I have to work on that. Otherwise it'll stick out very hard. Because everything else is going to be very flat and solid shading that it won't even have any of this. This is where I'm talking about. This is like, I just was able to just move this in 3D space, able to use these little handles here and like, look, it's 3D. Look at all that. And then this moves. So I can rotate it in all 360 axes here. The big box is scale. And I think there's little arrows for orthographic position, and then rotation, and then scale. So that's what I mean. It's just like, this is so cool. It's like little props. I'm not used to really doing this sort of stuff. I'm more used to doing this in full 3D, like with the Blender, which was a program that I was working on with last week, where I could just have a 3D environment and then add my 2D flats into it, and then animate the positions and scale and rotations of the flat planes. But this is the opposite, where I'm bringing 3D stuff into my 2D scene, and it's like, it feels, it's still meshing and like doing the 2.5D stuff, but it's like, it feels different. Like the Jimmy Neutron, Timmy Turner, Power Hour, where it's like they're crossing over, but it's like, because I'm doing it in the opposite way, it feels to me like it's a different experience. Like it feels like they're interacting differently, So let's see here. How we doing? How you guys doing? So I think I'll just probably work on what up to where we are. So I kind of animated this a little bit. I reanimated Derpy's movement a little bit. I think it could still be a little bit better, but it'll be fine. I was more focused on just drawing the house. And that took a couple days, just over a couple hours. Hello, Elijah. Excuse me. Welcome. So anyway, this house took a while. Even if it's flash shaded, it just took a lot of different iterations. If I go back here, I think you can see my original sketch. I think I kept it. Boop. Yeah, this is like my second or third sketch of the house. I think my first was like the storyboard, and then I tried to do a more fidelity version, and this is like the final line work. So this is all brushwork with this version. So then I just kind of traced it with the pen, and then in here, this is all pen work to get those perfect vectors. So I didn't, pen's different from just drawing, because with drawing I can just freehand it and get all these points. But with pen, I can be more geometric and say like, I want this amount of points, and then I can move this without having to worry about. So if I draw it like this, then obviously to be able to move this in a different, you need to configure, and it already broke. So that's why I don't like doing that method of drawing with final line work of brushes. I keep hitting the wrong button there. There you go. So pens work better. But what I probably need to do is add another layer behind the house to when she opens the door, that there's not a, it's not a flat, it's not an empty hole there. Because I could just open a, between, actually, it needs to be in front of, basically just in front of the house. So let's move everything over. Probably not draw it perfectly because I don't know the color I need. House inside PK1. Boop. Long name. Probably should have considered that. Boop. 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 This is Toon Boom. Boop. Hey guys, welcome. Whoop. Okay. And then for this, I'll just probably just draw whoop, square, and then figure out scale where we are. And try to carefully align it. Know just how much and big I need this to be. Okay. So I need it to extend from here up to here. Whoop. Let's have it exist for one bar frame. Boop. There we go. And then I would just have to color it with the right color. I'm just not sure what that'll be yet. I need background too, and I need a new color. Probably just use this and then just kind of darken it maybe, and then make it a little bit orange. I can color this, remove that, and then there you go. We got inside. And I think well, it's already right with the layering. There's no camera work after this, so this actually should work. That little line there is the storyboard, so I'm not worried about that. Head and body is parented to Derpy, so I can rotate her body when I need to a front view. Oh, you can see the TV. That's fun. So here's the top of the TV. So yeah, this is literally in 3D space. So if we go to where we can see it, kind of showcasing it now. But yeah, you can see, oh, there's the camera pan. So you can look on the left and right view. So you can see this is what the camera looks like. And then on right is top view. So yeah, the TV in space doesn't move, but it's literally just panning across with the camera, which is the triangular shape there. So there you go. Let's see. Hi, cartoons. Got an idea for a scene. Let me post it. Oh, cool. I see it. Let's see. Finger painting. I don't think I have the tools readily available for that. And I got all hooves too. I think just live IRL streams are like a little bit harder for me, just in general. Hello, Sierra. I'm gonna say your name differently every time until I get it right. IRL stuff is hard. My lighting just isn't what I'd like it to be, that I always get conscious about that. Maybe in Photoshop? I don't know. Finger brush, find like I could take like a picture and then like get like a stamp with my finger and then scan in my fingerprint and then make that into a brush and then try to draw something with that in Photoshop. Maybe that could be a compromise. Hopefully. But first, let's get DP to have exposure. If I do this, boop. No, she already exists. That's good. Does she exist for the whole time? Maybe, but maybe not. Oh, there she is. Okay, so now she's exposed for the whole time. Good, that's what I want. Okay, so now it's just gonna be up to animating. So I got the this one. Boop. Okay. Yeah, I drew traditionally for like the stuff like the Inktober, stuff like that. I think it's a little bit easier than messy of like, because I think of like finger paint as like really not It's like paint. It's like painting. I don't want to get my desk, my beautiful desk, ruined. I think there's a button. Control Alt P. Okay, good. Because that'll allow me to just get only to the pegs instead of always playing with the drawings and then pegs. It's like it's either 2 steps to, like, if I turn it off, it goes blue, and then if I press B again, then I get yellow. But if I hit Alt P, then it should automatically turn to yellow. So I want to get to yellow usually to animate. Ba 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 da da ba. Hello. Hi, Nintendo. Cartoons. Yeah. Yeah, I just answered that. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I did some little hair movement too. That's cute. Probably need to add like a little bit more. Because I see her head kind of moves up a little bit there, so I'm just going to add like maybe one more. Continue the motion. Can't really see it, but maybe you'll feel it. It's weird that she's over here. Yeah, oh well. I can't really see what all of this is. What is it? Master controllers. These boxes, all these boxes, and then the elements inside this box. There we go. Control these sliders, which we'll probably get to eventually. So, let's see here. I like going to change my timeline so I can only see what I'm selecting. So now it's selecting the sclera and the tail. So that makes it a little bit easier for me to, instead of wading through literally hundreds of layers and then hoping that I find it and like try to cross-reference between things that might be like miles away from each other. It's just like I'm just gonna collapse and only look at the layer that I'm selecting here. So a little hot tip for you, because that was actually like the first time I played with Toon Boom, like over a year ago. Was why is there a button to be able to see what I'm doing? Or able to get to where I look at what I'm looking at. And at a time like got really confusing. Okie dokie. I'm just playing around. Let's see here. Okay. Hey, Zasha. Okay. Bat. I'm not sure what you're going off on, Nintendo. But, let's see. Yeah. I like to watch trains. I haven't watched train videos in a while. There was a cool one for like a Christmas. All those like nature ones and scene ones ever. Like a sleigh ride. That was really fun. Okay. That's what I want. But I haven't watched any recently. Yeah, we had some train people. And I'm sorry, I always like disconnect people from their content, so I don't know what if one of you are it's actually the person who's in chat that's like before like second person, yeah. That's like, yeah. The fire extinguisher and the washing machine enthusiast. Fantastic. Okay. Let me just it's been a while, so I'm trying to actually just figure out what even these what peg controls what as I do this. Okay. Let me just hide her for a bit so I can see. Okay. Cool. There you go. So we're just gonna follow the storyboard here. So it kind of floats her over there. Let's see. Oof, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to be specific with it. If you're gonna be like, hey, be like motion tweens or classic tweens, I'll be like all over that. But yeah, trains are my not forte. Thank you though. Let's see. I think motion tweens are like a little bit overrated. I think they're not. They're useful, but it's like they're so seldom used, you know? That's like, yeah. When's the last time you used a motion tween? Just to follow up on that, in case anyone's actually interested. Motion tweens are more for like when you need like a path. More for like, I think it's a Flash term, but it might be in Toon Boom. I'm not sure. But I think the main use of motion tweens is to have it be like when you have like a curve. Okay, this weird. When you have like a curve and then you want to have an object follow that curve, you can have like a motion tween to have it follow that curve around without having to like animate it, you know, frame by frame or whatever. So it gets more complicated, like beelines, literal beelines of paths. So I don't know. I think most of my time, I feel like it's pretty okay to just go ahead with doing it the old-fashioned way, you know. If it ain't broke. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm kind of just laying out the basic movement. So obviously I'm not like animating her frame by frame of like, I'm not going in and saying, oh, on this frame, do everything, on this frame, do everything, on this frame, do everything. I'm kind of just going, here's the whole body movement, and then I'll worry about maybe the motion, and then I'll do another phase where I go through the same couple seconds over and over. I do it in chunks, and then different layers or so. So it's not like I'm gonna draw frame by frame of like, here's the exact drawing that I need for 140. Finish that drawing completely, go to one frame from 141 and then finish that drawing. So gotta do it in like layers and chunks rather than all at once. So hopefully that makes sense. Hit up. And then I also note I'm gonna have the Derpy fly peg handle the animation motion for her going up and down. So what I don't exactly need to have her have those motions in this line here. It's already real complicated. Ah, jeez. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Oh boy. What do we believe? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Was there actually something? Well, apparently there was something bad, so thank you for looking into that. Okay. Anyway, I got her to get up to here. I can't see what I want to have her. So around when she goes up. So I got her to when you close your eyes. Okie dokie. Is it this one? There you go. It's the eyelash. Gotta click the eyelash blinker. Boop, boop. I kind of slowed down my playback. Interesting. Boop, boop, boop. And then bring it back up. Boop. So I can go back here. Here's where it gets, you can already see like it's pretty helpful to. These eyelids are very far away from each other on the timeline, so being able to just like select two things, hold shift, and then I can see both of them in a timeline at the same time is just incredible. Oh boy. Looks like I got a keyframe and I don't need that, so I'll get rid of it. Okay, so now I can go back in. This is where now I can do more fun stuff like this. Half of these are for the front view, so I only get to play with 8 or so. I can open her mouth a little bit, and then kind of go to like an ooh, I don't think I have that drawing, so let's go back here and add that drawing in. Fortunately, all these are in a nice order, so that's not fun. Oh well. Boop. That's at the end. What is going on? Let's see. Oh boy. Oh, that guy. Okay, yeah, it just took me a while to connect those dots on there. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I guess because like the car part isn't part of the guy's name. That's like, okay, gotcha. That's why it took me a little bit. How do I get in? Ooh. Let's see. I'm gonna pog. Basically, I'm just trying to draw a pog at this point. There you go. Happy. There you go. Can't see it all, but I know it's there. Let's just see. Boop. Even the chin moves, whatever this part is. So that feels good. Whew. There you go. Okie dokie. Let me just take one little stretch. Ugh. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I thought it didn't have the name in yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought the name was a little bit different. So it's like, why are we confusing it? Even though, as I was able to figure out, and it's like, wait, that's a different name. So anyway. Alright, let's move on. Whoop. Okie dokie. Anyway, I'm making cartoons and it's gonna be okay. Let's see here. Boop. Let's actually have a thing there. Let's see. Drop it. Oof. Okay, so now I need a anticipation sort of, or at least just an up version of this pose, and then I'll have the extreme. So now it changes poses to now be followed through with that down pose, and then we can lift it back up. See about where we were. So that's about there. Okay. Make sure horizontally it's about the same. So now we got this. There you go. Okay, probably want to make the body also move a little bit, or at least just kind of rotate as well to feel like it's being pulled up by the weight of her head, I guess. And I know that I'll keep, I'll have the fly one, which will be up and down again. So that'd be something that I would add as an extra symbol in Flash, where I can have like a box around it to be her whole body and everything, and then move that symbol up and down. So that's kind of the philosophy that I'm doing here, is that I'm planning to have another layer to animate her up and down. So, okie dokie. Boop boop boop. I like a cookie emoji. That's cute. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, okay. Let's probably also want to move her arm down. So let's animate that. So I can use these fun little controls. So as she goes up, let's kind of bring it back in. Again, this used to be controlled by just like a bunch of different drawings. And so it'll be limited in a sense by just by the amount of drawings that I have. Or any drawings I make. Another way you could make this as a puppet is that you can have this leg be in 2 parts and then you can kind of rotate it around, but you wouldn't have this flexibility like what I'm doing here, you know. So here we go. Whew. Okay. Whew. Okay. I think that's pretty good. We can add some eye movement. Get these boys there. Those little boxes over there. Probably want to move the master. So you can kind of hopefully read it that it's like it says people and then eye master. So basically it goes from the top down is that the eye master can control both the people and this people. So if I do the top hierarchy, then I can move both of them. But if I just want one people, then I can do that one and I can do this one. So there you go. That's why it's like, why aren't you do the people? We're like trying to do, why aren't you selecting both of these and then trying to move it? It's like, well, I got this one that controls both of them, so. Don't really need to, huh? Let's see. So it's not here when I started the project. What animation is this one you're making? This is Back from Work. This is this one where this is the 2015 version. This is the Flash version. We move programs really fast. So we got up to here with the animation. So I'm remaking it so that there's a lot more animation stuff that I do better nowadays. But yeah, this is several years old. So this is actually using a double rainbow puppet. So anything I can do to make that a little better. Not use that. There's a lot of little things in here. So I kind of showed that a couple times over the last couple of streams. So I'm just doing this real quick. So that's about it. And it goes to the credits. So that's what we're remaking. Good refresher, thank you. Boop, boop, boop. So now I can see, actually, I keep clicking in Sclare as, yeah, because I'm used to Midnight Mirrors where I made the puppets. Or I adjusted them to make them a little bit more easier for me to animate. They were just really confusing to work with, so. Forgot the, way did I set these up? Move her eyes or pupils down a little bit. And then bring it back up. A little bit more cross-eyed but happy. And then, next step, this is pretty good right here. Pretty 1 second there. Okay, okay. And again, this is like not, I'm gonna move on, but this isn't quite finished. Obviously your wings are moving and I don't have secondary motion, but that could be secondary motion that could be added later. So, you know, let me get some water. Thank you. Ooh, that's a fun name. I think I can hopefully get Acosta. Thank you. Other things you could do is, let's see, probably, do I have Ooh. Forgot about this. I'm so used to nightmares. Okay. I can have these. There you go. That's fun. So I can animate them. Well, obviously I can animate them. They're all different pieces. But yeah, let's see. It's probably like when she closes her eyes, I can kind of move it down. Do I have it? Yes, okay. Scared I didn't have a keyframe before, because sometimes if there's no keyframe at the first frame, then it like freaks out. So just gotta be careful about that. Okay, so I got these two, and so when she blinks, I can kind of move them down a little bit, and then follow the motion just for like a couple frames. Do. Try to create a new, maybe emotion. So yeah, you kind of just keep going over and over the same, like I can do like 1 second over and over until it's like, feels a little better. Let's see. You can hear my parents. They're just watching her on TV. Yeah, that's the power of this microphone, is that I can, I think you can even hear it with older microphones that I had. That, especially this one, I think you can hear. It's more ambient, or it just like does 360, you know, around. So yeah, anything that kind of happens around my immediate area, I can anything I can hear, I guess the microphone picks up. Let's see, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff. It's animatic. Can't wait for the final project. Have to imagine months of work. Probably in real time months, but just on stream, only doing one, like, you know, per week. Really do like 2 hours work of, you know, 2 hours each week. So in real time, it'll take months, but in reality, with doing just streams, then it'll just be probably less than that. Let's see. Let's do all. Okay, so now next step, and the big thing that she's gonna do in this scene is in the code rack. Shoosh, and then bop. So that's gonna take a bit. It's gonna take a hot bit to animate that part. That whole rest of the sequence. This was a warm up. Okay. Good thing is that I got the animatic, and I could just hopefully follow this as close as I can. If frame counts are off, then I'll even through here I was fixing the frame counts, because sometimes the animatic would move on a, let's say, an odd frame, and then my keyframes are on evens, so I'd be like, let me just delay either a couple frames to make that work. Let's see. Reading your stuff. That's my reading your stuff chat voice song. Favorite pony. Favorite non-derpy character? I would say Fluttershy. I answered that in the FAQ, but no one really reads it, so say it anyway. Let's see. Yeah, Fluttershy sunset. Oh, awesome, cool. Yeah, I want some dinner too. That sounds good. Okay. And then she'll kind of bob up and down a little bit, so that's not going to be animated now. Let's see. This next step is going back a little bit, and then she's going to reel up, because the next step is she's going to fly to the right. So for those couple frames before it, I'm going to have her make her go to the left. So that could be a little whoop. Instead of like starting here and having to go bop, is like it feels a little bit more cushiony. That's like she's kind of moving back and like preparing to move. So even back here, I can kind of go whoop. So it just feels a little better. it's all about feeling with animation. There's obviously a good technical skill like Richard Williams with that very, very technical, like learning exact, like, oh, on frame 7 this is exactly what you need to do to make this, you know, perfectly correct with physics and everything. But it's like a lot of cartooning is just kind of cartooning and animating is a lot more just feeling it, where you just kind of, especially with digital, I can just click enter as many times as I want to like see it and review it. With traditional, you would have to get it like scanned and then you know, play it over and over from there. But otherwise, you're just kind of hoping that when you animate it, with traditionally, that it works. Okay. Yes, please read the description. I even say it at the top here. Whoop. Way at the top. My hand's not going to be able to go all that way. But above the chat, it says please read the description. So thank you, sir. Shoop. Shoop, 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 shoop. So right about here, probably want to swap her to the front view. So we're going to have her like flip around. So I have a Derpy flipper. That's what this one does. So right about here, I'll have this one be front view. I'll have this one be flip. So this one does flip. So boop. So I can contain that information in that peg. Only problem is that now I need to get the anchor point. Where did it go? There it is. Anchor point needs to be in the middle of her. Let's get that centered. And then use this to flip. Yeah, see, something always breaks like that, so can't do it like that. So that's weirdly unfortunate. The only way I would have to be able to do that now is that I have to just go ahead and flip her, find her. What would I have to do? To bring her back, do I want to put her on the flip button? The flip only contains the backward button. I just want to get rid of this and just, because this is actually closer, so I'm actually probably just going to have to do this and then just kind of put this back here. Or, let's see, or I put this one here, flip. See, it's never really going to work as well as I think. I want to get the feet roughly in the same position. And then, boop. It works. Oh well. Can't use my flipper because my anchor point was in the wrong position. Which was that weird ring circling thing. It was this little dot. So, because that was in the wrong position, and because I moved her literally out of space between all of that. So, oh well. Big moments coming up with animation, so let's see what you got. Cheese sandwich. Cheese sandwich is awesome. Let's see. Everything no means wrong. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I animated that. Cool. If you haven't, go check that out. I made a animated parody of that song. So, go check that out in all my other videos. Okay. I think I'll have it be even back here. I changed my mind. I was going to have it be on this frame, but I think I'll have it for a little bit longer. So this is where the master controller comes in. So I'm going to whoosh, whoosh, bring that up. And also have to bring it down. Boosh, boosh. So now she kind of flips in space. So I had to fix this, obviously, but now she has a rotation. Haha. So there you go. Okay. That just helps so I don't have to like use like the library and have to like bring in a different puppet. Essentially these little things allow me to have like multiple versions of a whole puppet rather than like flipping out only a couple pieces here. Like this needed like 20, 30 pieces to be in exact right place. So I use the master controllers to keep multiple pieces in the right place. So whoop. So probably even back here. I'll have her eyes kind of closed. And it probably feels better if have them be still closed here. And then open them. So there you go. So now it's just a matter of like fixing smaller things rather than trying to recreate this entire head, which in I think in some of the Pony Life animations we did, that's sort of what I was doing. So where I tried to like recreate, I think even like Duster or like Harshwini at some points, or like Derpy and Dinky would have to like rotate, or like yeah, Dinky had to like rotate in the Christmas one, where she like face forward for a couple frames. I think I just kind of mooshed all the different pieces, because all these are different pieces to different places. So I knew that I was only gonna be for a couple frames, but I knew might be better to just like program that in essentially with these. So there we go. So it saves a lot less. So it saves a lot of time not having to do that. So there you go. What was that? Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, I should have said everything. Oh boy. Okay. You ever memorize every toaster time variable? Oh jeez. I don't even know what sometimes they even say in a moment, so good luck with that.
Come on.
Looks like the Z depth is a little. It's having a little joke. It's having a little joke with all this. Z depth. Pop. It'll be in front of the. It's anime now. It's in front of her hair. Whatever. Actually, yeah, she changes expression. Actually, yeah, let's change the eyebrows here. Yeah, I'm gonna change, not really a story, but just like how she feels. She's gonna like relief, and then take this out. If I can select it, boop. So that's actually going to be a little bit easier to animate that now. Let's see. So now I don't need these. These are wrong. Boop. Boop, boop. And because I'm actually using the same literal pieces, it's the same asset from the 3/4 to the front view. So I'm able to animate it within the same timeline. If I had like somehow needed to, in Flash especially, I would have to make the different symbols for this, but thankfully this all just kind of works. It just works. Let's see about here. Second motion. So it's not to play with it a little bit, but it's not as extreme as having to actually recreate it and then having to animate it. So it actually does save time in the long run. Boosh. There you go. Let's see. Oh boy. Yeah. Follow what Star's saying. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Oop. Do-do-do-do. Okay. My Bologna. Nice. Do I have a... Oh, I have a... Ooh, I have a this peg for the head. And... Oop, wrong way. And this one. And apparently I use this one for that piece. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, I guess they both work. They both do soul flute or something. So I'm not... Well, actually, I'm a little bit more confused. Anyway, I'm using this line apparently now. So... Let's just keep using, oop, I can squeeze her. Squash and stretch her with that. Ever kind of go face forward with this. And then, have her be moving her like that. And then, there you go. There you go. You got it. You got it. Okay. So now, zhoosh. Zhoosh. So now that feels pretty good. Obviously there's no vertical movement, but again, that's not for now. So, okay. So now, next step, I can see maybe the eyeballs can be moved maybe. Where did show me the eyeballs? Show me these guys again. So it really is just kind of like just going looking through like whatever like body parts, I suppose, is more my style. Where it's like, okay, now I did, you know, the body movement, and now I did the head, and now I'm doing the eyes, and I did the eyebrows. So I just kind of go like each second and try to do like each motion, and then just adding the different pieces as I go. Okie dokie. I see the storyboard back there has her take the hat off and then put it on the hat rack. And then fly off. Let's see how much of that we'll be able to get done today. But okay, here we go. So this is going to be a little tricky. So I might have to have a separate piece. Because right now, the way that I rigged it up is that obviously the hat is part of the head. Because it has this wire that goes whoop to there, that means when she eventually leaves it to go there, it'll still be connected and parented to her head. So if head moves, then the hat will also move. So to keep it stay here, I would have to have a separate piece, basically. But it's basically just a clone of it where it just has the same artwork, but just not the connection between here. So, but I needed the connection and everything up to here. Also, if I kept it separate for the whole duration, I would have to every time the head move, I would have to keyframe it. So to keep it easy for me, and like I'll just do the idea that I got, which is just to when she needs to have a new asset. And not have this parent keyframe scenario, I'll just have a new version of it. So already planned that out, but we'll see how far this gets. Yeah, I can go that now. But she's not in a position to do that yet, so maybe I'll hang on. I don't know. It's not enough time to do either thing. Oh well. Let's just get her in position then. Do. Oh, needed that keyframe. Wanted to move her up a little bit. That's not gonna work. Use my keyboard a lot. It's a little bit simpler. Okay, and then now I need to at least just get her to have to hold the hat. And that'll be good. And we'll be good. Okay. Hoop. So right about here. So at least before here, let's go back. And then, let's see. So I'll get all this and show this. And then get this, and this. So I can see the animation I got here. Some powders. Oh, okay, cool. For these guys. Shift R. That did not work. Shift R. There's a couple secret buttons up here to refresh or resync the angles or the position of these arm pieces. I don't know if you can see it. Bap. 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 Okay. So at least now when she's front view, now I can play with these. It's going to be in a new Didn't have to reset it, but makes it easier to at least have something that makes sense before it gets too tangled up with these pieces here, you know. Okie dokie. How you guys doing? I know I've been really narrating what I'm doing instead of really paying attention to you. I'm trying my best. Okay. I think I just get into these zones of like, this is so complex as like any of my cognitive, it's just like, it's gonna have to, no matter what, just be about this. Oh boy. Okay, okay. So now, let's see, next thing. Yeah, thank you for apologizing. So I have, storyboard starts here, so up, a little bit before. Let's get the arm. Where's my other arm? Arm. That's not the arm. That's his leg. I can start to rotate this and this. Where's my position? So now these arms are going up. Boop, boop. So, I'm actually a little bit slow. Interesting. Because now this is going to take a while. To position these up, you know, like this. Let's grab it. I have to move her head down. Let's see. Says this out of remember just 5 minutes of time comments mentioned. Out of the streamer too. You ruined information of a bad feeling years ago. I don't know what you're talking about. What could possibly be that one? Oh boy, I know. Let's see, let's get her into this position. Not at this position. But it's pretty bad. That is not the pivot point I was expecting. Where'd my pivot point go? Where'd my pivot point go? Wait, where actually is it? It's rotating around there. No, that's my fly one. There it is. Haha. Got it. Nope. Haha. Okay. Yeah. It's not much time if I mess this up, so that's not too good. Oh well. Yeah, yes. Yeah, you're right. Man. You know. I don't know if anyone actually, when they were watching the city part, or Derpy movie part 4, that there was like a 1 second. I spent so long on trying to get the, I used the cat sting, which is just a phrase from one of the songs. It spent so long trying to try to find the midis and try to find the original like notes and try to figure out like what's the best song, what's the best part, what's the most memorable part. I did so much research into it. And it's only for like literally like a couple of seconds, and I don't even think people really notice it, so oh well. But I found joy, so there you go. I need to fix the Z-dep with that front arm there. She got a long arm. But yeah, I think I use like one, what would you call it? Oh man, I forgot about the when it's 4/4 time and it's like 4 notes. What's that section called? Why am I blanking out on that? It's not a chord. Measure. Jeez. I use like one measure or so from cats. But I use it like really fast, so it doesn't really register, hopefully, really well. My original version was like, I think Jellicle Cats or something, like the first song, or Naming the Cats and all that. And so I did it like really, really fast, and so it sounded like really weird of like do 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 do, and it's like, huh, well, that sounds pretty cool. But it's just like so undistinguishable of like what even that was. That's like, yeah, I better like find something different or try to slow it down or try to find something with a little bit better, less notes maybe, because I was trying to do like a whole like do 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 in like fast motion of like the do 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 do, you know, of that whole piece. So there you go. Bah. Boy. 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 Alright. We got that. So yeah, it's that part when Derpy steals, and it's basically stealing the cat hats merchandise. And during like that sequence of like her like going like, whoa, I'm wearing hats. In that one shot, there's like a music of it being in the final version. It kind of, I think it's memory. So it's like do 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 do, or that's not it. But it's basically something that sounds close to what I'm trying to think of. So I do that pretty fast of like do 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 do. So yeah. So that's in there, as well as the ice cream entertainer theme, so which is usually associated with ice cream, so shows that. So if you get at least one of those, then at least you get some street cred with that. But yeah. Starting to that, see what it looks like. Yeah, alrighty. Let's see. Newspaper doesn't have anything. I think it's just like a you know, like a whoa, you're wearing a newspaper hat song. More than anything else. So ZDEP, that's what I wanted. Let's see. I could have another peg that might be easier, and I don't have too many keyframes, but I think it would just be simpler to have something that is specifically for arm front Z. You know, I can only I can keep the information strictly to this peg, if you know what I mean. So right about here, I'm going to zhoosh that over, and I'm gonna hold Alt and bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. So that's the front. Haha. And of course, you know, can always make the argument. It's like, well, in Flash, you know, you can, you know, do stuff like this all the time. You know, it's actually harder to do in Flash. I don't know why I just made that argument in my head. It's actually harder. But now, because I had these 4 other keyframes here, now because I put all the information of the Z-depth on this, now it's retaining them all throughout these frames and these keyframes here. So take that. Z-depth, boop. Can I do Shift R? Whoa! Sorry. I didn't expect that. But I did Shift R and it like resets, and it actually brought it back to the original position from frame 1, I'm guessing. But there you go. Awesome. Cool. Okay. I just got really excited over that. Where is Derpy at this point? Oh, she's over there. Okie dokie. I think we're good. Hopefully she's not, Derpy's not in the rest of the frames here. Or rest of the scenes. I'll just play it. If she is, she'll be, you know, fun position. I don't think we go back to that next to the door, because yeah, at this point she'd still be over here because I moved the virtual camera over here. So yeah. I know. It's so techie and like nerdy of like, man, I just didn't expect it was just like, whoa, you know, I never really tried to really do that or like it, you know, expect it to actually work. I was expecting like everything else, like with the flip, where it's like it brought the like the anchor point. Okay, she's there. That's fine. Whatever. that would break somehow. I didn't expect it to work. Okay, okay. Loop, play. There we go. Credits. And then if I go to end, it should be roughly formatted there. Okie dokie. Checking my email. I got something. I got something for work. Cool. Okie dokie. Welcome to Toast Time. I got a sunflower in my head. How you guys doing? Let's see. Let's see. Chicken. Is it the food? Food bugarks. That's fun. Let's see. How you guys doing? Let's see. I would like to plug before we get too into this. That Midnight Mirrors, which I've been ranting and talking about over the last year or so. And the reason I got into Toon Boom in the first place, was they released, or I guess re-released. We released a trailer, or released a slice of one scene of the pilot. We're working on a pilot. I'm an animator on it. So I'm the only animator on it. So that email I just got was a coworker, a storyboarder. So I have to figure out what they want. Yeah. Anyway, we released the trailer, which again is just like scene 3 internally of the pilot. The pilot has like right now like 33 scenes, so we finished 1, so we're just like over the moon of like we actually did something. We made progress. So we're like, yeah, let's go show this off. So let me go see if I can get the video. It's likely that we'll probably the director C. Gan rendered it or exported it as a 720p, and I was like, I gave you a file of my animation at 1080, so I don't know how you got that mixed up, but here we go. Let's see. Here's the video. I'm gonna share it. We have the copying the link, going over to chat, pasting. There you go. So this is a link to the trailer video that we just released on Mother's Day. Ironic enough that the characters in it are Daybreak and Nightfall, and Daybreak is the orange mare, and Daybreak is the mother, caretaker, adoptive mother of Nightfall, which is the bluish with the punk hair. So, fortunately, there's not much context to the entire story in this trailer, but I think it's just like proof of concept that it's like, look, we can actually make something. At least to me as well. That's like this my first big project, or I guess any CL project at this point with Toon Boom. So go ahead and check that out. But again, if you watch this as a VOD later, it might not work, as we might try to figure out like if we can get it to be a higher resolution. But with all the positive reception and in the fun chat room that we had with the premiere, I think we might keep it. But yeah, it's up in the air right now, so I'm not sure. But yeah, go ahead and check that out. Links in the chat. But yeah, this has been several months of my life working on that one scene. We've done some other little tiny character, like, look, it's a character little animation of like 2 seconds of like, look, she can dance. She's a dancer. Look at her dance for like 2 seconds. So I've done that for practically all the characters, all the main cast. But yeah. So yeah, let me know what you guys see or what you think about it. Definitely don't need a full review of it right now if you don't want to. But yeah, that's my side hustle. What I've been working on. Gan is very protective of what I guess I'm supposed to say, what I should say and everything. So, stuff like what happens next, or um, where are we, and when's it coming out, and a lot of like basic questions. I guess I can boil it down to are slightly off the table. But yeah, I'm under NDA. There's some storyline stuff that's like I'm definitely not supposed to talk about. So, but yeah. Hi Jade. I almost Jen J10. Thank you. That's really small. I can't really see. What emoji is that called? It's very cute. Thank you. But yeah, it was really fun because the premiere of it was fun. We had we scheduled it like at 5 my time, but it's one of we asked the voice actors that we wanted them to join in on the premiere. We asked them after we scheduled it, so it's like, hey, when are you guys available for this premiere thing? And then the voice actor's like, I don't know, at 7, and it's like, oh, well, we got like 10, 20 people waiting at the premiere for the YouTube premiere. Yeah, what do we do? And so Gan was like, well, let's just move the premiere 2 hours later so that they could be there. So those people who were just like waiting for, thank you, people who were just waiting for like who knows how long before it, before 5, they were like, what? Like, what did you do? You moved it 2 hours later? And it's like I was there to try and mediate and say like, yeah, well, sorry. But it's just sort of voice actors be there in the chat. So we didn't quite iron out the entire schedule of that completely. So, oops. Let me see if I can put on mic. Sorry. So yeah, it was really fun because I got to be in the chat for like a couple hours. Try to answer as many questions as possible, but I guess at some point Gan like took me to the side and say, don't talk about that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it was really fun. I was able to answer a lot of questions. Yeah, the basic stuff of like when is it coming and what's the story and anything else. Those are off, but yeah. Of course, the big question in Elephant is like, why is this? Is this related to MLP? Is this supposed to be pony related? And is this a pony fan project? Big answer is that no. Gan wants to separate it from pony fandom, or at least pony fandom itself. He wants to keep it separate. But obviously his whole reason for making it and inspiration for making it was the pony fandom in the first place. He got into the philosophies and friendship and all that messages of pony, and he made his own, enterprise of making a comic and plush and cartoon now of the story of these mares. So he's keeping it really separate and trying to say like, no, back off. It's not a pony. They're mares and horses. There just happens to be 2 characters that one controls, is basically a goddess that controls this whole world that they're in, Terrastede. And then there's a rebellious younger one that's like controls like an alternate version that's kind of like in nighttime. That's all. Excuse me. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh yeah, I see it, sir. Thank you. I'll read that in more detail later after. Thank you. But yeah, the Midnight Mares was a fun release. That was fun. I was able. It was Mother's Day, so I tried to take a day off to be with my mom and be with her. So unfortunately, yeah, with all that delay, it was a little bit got me more stressed. I was like, oh jeez, because basically, I know how much work that I put into it. That's like a lot of it. If people have a bad reception to it, then it feels like it's more likely to be my work. Let's say. So if people like it, then I'll say, oh, yeah, a lot of my work then is passable. You know what I mean? Especially just for the visual and art style, and not exactly art style, but just like the motions. I should say I didn't design the characters. I didn't design the original puppets in Toon Boom. I merely cleaned them up to make them, easier for me to understand with the whole node wrangling stuff. I did that stuff, so I was like, oh look, this mouth doesn't quite make sense to me, so let me redesign it and then use the same assets, but then just kind of tweak it so it's like, oh well, the original mouth had like these different frames of like a full mouth. No, it didn't. It had um, like lips, and then the inside of a cheek for like 3/4 view was a separate asset, and then the tongue was a separate asset. The top teeth and the bottom teeth were all separate assets. So when you try to do lip sync, it's like really really tricky to like finagle like and handle and juggle between like 5 different pieces for every single frame of lip sync. And I know that this is going to go on for a really long time, and just how much talking there is in this show. That's like, I really want to simplify it and just hammer it out and just don't care. That's like, this is going to probably take a while, but it's like, I'm just going to hammer on and just make 100, 200 different individual frames that have one asset that has the entire mouth shape in the correct position. So basically, instead of having 5 pieces, instead of having, if I need like an L, where you have like the tongue to the roof of your mouth, and then you need the teeth in the right place and the bottom teeth in the right place and the mouth open in the right shape. Instead of like having to recreate that L shape mouth every single time, because the original way that it was set up was that you would literally have to move the tongue into the right place as a separate object into each frame. And I was like, that's a lot more work than the way that I'm used to. So I was like, let me just spend the time just hammer it out and make a frame of one single flat drawing that has the mouth and tongue and everything else being in the right place as one piece. So then I can swap between like an ah and then an oo and then an l as separate pieces. And of course, the only downside is that now your l's between different different words won't be exactly the same. Because the original way that, yeah, you would have maybe the L or the tongue being in a different place each time. But now with my method, it's like, yeah, it'll be more of a defaulty kind of a palette or a different, it's one. Every time there's an L, it'll be the same drawing or same position of stuff. So it means that I can just swap between it, instantly, rather than trying to fiddle with everything and trying to make the tongue and cheek and top teeth and bottom teeth finagle it for every single frame. I was like, no. Same with the eyes and stuff. So, kudos all go to Duo Cartoonist, who, whatever controversy and stuff you wanted to say about him or them, I don't know. I'm not sure. Sorry. But, yeah, they made the puppets. So, kudos to them if you like the art style of the puppets themselves. I just worked with the technical to like redesigning to make it easier for me to understand. So, but yeah, if you like how the outlines and the fills and stuff like that, that would be up to Duo. So, yeah, but still a lot of work to get that to be, as I said, like just trying to explain what I was doing. That took several couple months to get that all really ready to animate. So. Yeah. So now we animated about 1 to 2 minutes. So there we go. For that specific trailer. But yeah, I'm already working on the next scene / shots. So we're going. We're rolling. At the end, if you watch the trailer, it is a little bit confusing. Especially the credits are weird. But the way I think Gan intended it to be read is well, let me pull it up real quick. Sorry. Everyone is so it should be read as one sentence. Is coming summer / fall, a YouTube exclusive pilot episode opening minutes. That should be one sentence. Unfortunately, because it's separated into like, if you watch it, it's like has the text show up as different slides. So like one part of it shows up. So it says in the trailer, coming summer / fall this year, a YouTube exclusive, and then was it pilot episode opening minutes as like 3 different. They seem to be 3 different ideas, but I think the way that Gan intended it is that that's one sentence. So that means that what our plan is to have the opening minutes, 4 to 5 minutes or whatever, be ready by summer/fall. So everyone who's in the comments who misread that, or understandably misunderstood that, now think that the entire movie, the entire 30-minute, 40-minute, whatever cartoon movie is coming out this summer/fall. Sorry. But unless we get unless we buy like 3 different Filipino, what is it? Outsourcing companies, get like 1,000 of those working every day. That may be possible then, but at this time of where we are right now, we have a literal skeleton crew. I had to look that up to make sure that I was right about that. Is that a skeleton crew is... I'm not looking it up. You are. Oh, it's a band too. But the definition is also a book. Means that Korean, exactly. Yeah. Korean does South Korean, most likely, does the outsourcing. So like an animation studio that can handle, or like the main thing is that they're cheaper to outsource to have them animate. So they can do like the full animation work of like the grunt work of what I'm doing here, of like actually animating and do in-betweening, like a frame-by-frame studio or cartoon. The Korean studio can like handle the in-between drawings. But a skeleton crew is the minimum number of personnel needed to operate and maintain something like a business. So basically right now, we basically just don't have the resources, which I said in a couple of comments on the on the live stream premiere, is that we just don't have the assets and resources really to get this done as quickly as probably we want to. I think just over the years, Midnight Mirrors never really had that full steam of a full team. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, we just don't have the crew to really work on it. So again, if you're interested, don't join exclusively or only for the reason of like working with me. Don't think of it as that, but think of it as joining for the cause and working on the cartoon, because you're an animator or artist or whatever, and you like doing it for the fun of it, and you get paid. That's the fun of it too. But don't think of it as I'm gonna work with Yoshi Greenwater and it's gonna be the best experience ever. Because he's my friend, and it's like, no, I want to be your friend, but don't think of it as, don't take a business opportunity just to work with you're a fan of me. I don't know how to say that. Let's see. Yeah, South Korea. I don't think North Korea would work anywhere in America. Yeah, you never know. But yeah, exactly. It's more likely. So yeah, I just want to explain that, is that, because I got a little confused with the credits that I'm saying, is that the intention and the plan that we're working on is that we're going to work on the first 3-ish, maybe 4, I don't know, scenes of the pilot. So, yeah, for people who like watch the trailer, again, that's just like, hey, it had a date. I only read the date, and I want the full movie, please, at that time, please. And it's like, sorry. Again, if something doesn't change, then that won't happen. So, unfortunately, this is actually what Gan wanted me to not talk about. Because he did actually write to me and say, like, hey, if you talk about how much progress we have, really, then I'll lose subscribers. He actually wrote that to me. So, sorry I added you, man. Oh, jeez. I said it. Oh, jeez. I gotta end this stream. But, hopefully we'll be okay with that. Oh, boy. But, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, the amount of work that you've seen so far, like the trailers and the um, progress and stuff, we haven't really hidden anything from you, to the sense that we don't have anything complete that's hidden from you. I'm working on 2 shots right now for the next scene 2. That's we don't have like 20 minutes in our vault just waiting to go. Um, we have it storyboarded, but we don't have the animation of it done or even worked on. So we have the script, the storyboards, and the voice acting ready to go, but we just don't have the animation for literally the better parts. So that's why we're excited with the trailer. Is that, look, we did a minute of complete animation. Whoa! So, yeah. Let's see. Once he starts talking about the project, I know. I feel like I'm just alone. That's like, yeah, he's not listening. That's like, yeah, I can talk about it. That we're not in the. Yeah. If I started to talk about stuff like this on the actual channel or on our live streams and stuff, then I probably would get in trouble. But probably not too much. I mean, the only threat was that we would lose subscribers, and it's like, yeah, okay. I mean, I lose subscribers every time I post something, so that's nothing new for me. Let's see. I have a broken eardrum. Hope you get better. But welcome. Let's see. It's just about on time. I'm hungry. I'm physically tired of working, so yeah. Anything else? Any more questions or left? What's the left hanging stuff? I'm like leaning over to get my mic, so that's why I'm leaning over. Let's see. Let me actually open this one so I can see my inbox here. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, I gotta read about stuff. Thank you. Okay. See you later. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have arms. Okay. Thank you. I'll go for like a couple more minutes. Thank you. Yeah, read the description. It's fun. I flavored it with some text. And there's some questions that I thought I would get more often, but I guess especially now that I've put them in the FAQ, then they don't get asses frequently. So thank you. But yeah, I think we're good. So next time, I'll maybe in the meantime I'll try and work on some of these backgrounds. So I know some of these background works aren't super enthralling. At least I find that animation is more interesting for me. So that's why I'm like, let me showcase the animation more than background work. But you can imagine what background work is just kind of just drawing it and then drawing it nicer and then drawing it nicer and then coloring it. So I don't know how much you're really missing out on that. So excuse me. But yeah, in the meantime, I'll probably clean up. Excuse me. The animation that we got to so far. If we got to like 10 seconds, then I'll clean up those 10 seconds. You know. Get it ready for the next couple more seconds for Thursday. So that's what we're gonna work on next time. So hope to see you guys then. Because I think today was pretty fun. We got actually pretty good progress. Look at that. And we even did the turn. Say that, yeah. I've saved so much time. I'm trying to do the master trailers. They saved a lot of time to figure it out. So I only have to like worry about the pose in a different specific pose rather than just the static pose. Trying to get the default T-pose-esque pose of the front view. So I was able to make a fun view out of it really quick. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for joining. Yep, we'll have fun next time. Maybe this will look a little bit better. But yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Hope to see you guys next time when we continue this. So, and I'll try not to swallow too much with midnight mirrors, and try not to get too angry with my boss. I don't know. Because he actually like direct emailed me saying like don't talk about our progress. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much. Okay, bye guys. My eyes are closed. Thank you. Okay, bye guys. Alrighty guys, I gotta open my button here and then I should go to the button and then stop it. Okay, thank you guys. Bye bye.